peace
Okay.
about it all.
All right, let's hear it, man.
All right. I stopped by a spot today. A spot that I simultaneously hate and have grown to love. It's a tree. It's a beautiful tree made of these fractals that are so perfectly imperfect, it looks like a piece of art. Its jagged edges and limbs reaching out to nowhere, standing there, indifferent to the fact that it did one of the worst things that have ever happened in my life. I come to check on it sometimes, especially when times are hard. I make sure it's still there. The tree puts me in check. It doesn't care that I carved an L into its bark. It's indifferent to the fact that it scarred me and now me it. I'm thankful that I made the choice to ride my motorcycle because I was able to sob under my helmet's visor anonymously. I like to check in with my tree because I get to check in with death. Just to get a whiff of her perfume and remember that she'll be around for me whether I court her myself or she steals me away from my company. The tree took my best friend, and in its indifference, it stood there with enough strength to hold itself up and him. The leaves have fallen from the limbs already this year. If only it had the same compassion, and it could have shook him off as his colors were changing. The tree's jagged edges remind me of her. Beautiful to the eyes, but holds this energy, this dark and tragic energy. How can something that's hurt me so deeply still manage to suck me back into its gravity? Something that made a home look like a prison and a belt look like a noose. Made children's laughter sound like nails on a chalkboard and made progress feel like betrayal. She stands there indifferent to the fact that she's done one of the worst things that's ever happened to me. I check on her sometimes. I want to use her when times are hard. I make sure she's still there, and she puts me in check. She doesn't care that I carved my way through her bark to build a family, and she's indifferent to the fact that I've scarred her and now her me. I'm thankful that I rode my motorcycle from her today. It allowed me to sob under my helmet's visor anonymously. I left to go check in on my tree to see if turning this body into some kind of strange fruit for the neighbors to find would be better than remembering that someone stole her away from my company. She took my best friend, and in their indifference, I'm left with barely enough strength to hold myself up. I've tried to leave, but I keep falling back. Already this year, I've forgotten how to have compassion for myself, and it's made my colors change to black. I couldn't have done much differently. He's gone, and now she's gone too. I've grieved for him for 10 years, but now I must start this grieving process over. Both of my best friends are now dead. I needed to smell death's perfume to realize that I'm not ready. I stopped to a spot today to hang her from it instead of me.
Damn.